Hello and welcome to our eye-opening expose where expose it all, just keep watching. You must have heard the one about Elisa Lam. A staple of online paranormal mysteries and conspiracy theories, she is today comparable in her celebrity to Bigfoot. Lam was a 21-year-old Canadian student from Vancouver who went missing in 2013 whilst on holiday in California. She had been diagnosed as suffering from bipolar disorder, but she was thought well and confident enough to travel on her own around the USA's west coast. At the time of her disappearance, she had been staying in the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. Over 2 weeks later, the hotel's guests began to complain that the water pressure in their rooms was erratic and the water malodorous. This lighted the way to the roof, where Lam's body was discovered at the bottom of a 1,000-gallon water tank. Lam's story soon became reminiscent of the conspiracy theories surrounding the suicide of Danny Casolaro, a journalist who had died in a hotel bathtub in 1991. Some investigators had rather querulously maintained that Casolaro had been bumped off by the CIA. One theory to quickly gain online prominence was that Lam was taking part in a fetish game called the elevator game. This was dreamed up around the same time and from similar components as the Three Kings ritual. The Three Kings was created by the Reddit user FableForge in 2012. The elevator game originally appeared on a South Korean website in 2010. Both games purport to offer instructions for summoning spirits and accessing alternative realities. So let us explore how the elevator ritual functions. You firstly need to get hold of a building with an elevator and more than 10 floors. Next, you have to ride around these floors on a predetermined journey. The details of how to do this ritual will be in another video. The earliest videos that were circulated of Lam in the elevator had been slowed down to make her actions look weirder and shakier than they actually were. There was all the willful mystification of her climb into the water tank, with inconsequential details being analyzed in depth and important ones being excluded. How did she get onto the roof when the door was locked and fitted with an alarm? It transpired that anybody could climb onto the roof using the fire escapes, and so the locked door did not remotely matter. Her family's exploratory lawsuit against the Cecil Hotel revealed that the lid of the tank was never closed from within, amputating one of the story's most awesome telltale discrepancies. About the decomposition of Lam's body, details that would be normally excluded from media coverage, are today published on the Wikipedia page that is devoted to her death. Not to her, but to her death. This is implicitly justified because they number among the clues for us to ponder, though their publication also has a characteristically intrusive and prurient effect. In the elevator video, Lam is evidently trying to hide from somebody. Her body language is at times excited and flirtatious, leading some who are conversant in this language to speculate that she is on the way to a romantic assignation. Another person could have been present on the roof when Lam died, but unless they confess, or a witness comes forward, there can be no evidence to implicate anybody. Alternatively, Lam's actions could have been psychotic or influenced by the cocktail of prescription medications that she was taking. I can picture how somebody who wanted to hide from an unwanted suitor, real or imaginary, might have climbed onto the roof, and into one of the tanks, thinking that it was a place of safety. Lam might have thought that she would be able to hide floating in the tank while clinging to the rim of the entry hatch. Lam suffered from depression. Her death could have been an impromptu suicide attempt, a disastrous impulse that she would have never chased up in a more fortuitous state of mind. One of these initially many miscalculations that anybody could make on the spur of the moment, if something went wrong, if the drugs didn't agree with them, or if they were left alone with morbid thoughts in a strange city. But Lam did not know that she was being filmed. It is hard to imagine her consenting to the bizarre footage of her last actions being published and getting millions of online views. Lam's death was tragic and lonely, and it seems only lonelier with millions of ghouls gawking at it. The dead, as with children and animals, can never insist upon their rights, but we should be able to behave decently without them needing to. We are still at a stage of insufficient distance, when it dehumanizes Lam and robs her of her dignity to project her into the center of an entertaining urban legend. Our message is delivered. Thank you for watching. If you like more content like this, please do subscribe. See you later.